First off, I just want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. I want to say thank you all for subscribing. I will address this in the state of the channel video that will be happening probably Sunday, maybe Monday or something like that. Um, they just restart my live because my page just refreshed. Okay, well, if it just restarted my live, welcome to From the Nosebleeds. I am Tyrell. Like I said, we are live. This is the first live stream. And today, as you can see in the title video, we're talking about the Roger Davis, Roger, I don't know why I say Roger Davis, Roger Jackson. I think I was thinking a baseball player, Roger Jackson, and the Syko Stu incident. And like I said, this is going to be the last time, or if you guys didn't see it, I don't know, it's kind of weird. My page is refresh, and now here we are. So, anyway, this is gonna be my last time talking about this. The only time, any other time I'm talking about it, if it's like big news coming out, like Roger getting arrested, or lawsuits, or even just updates on Psycho Stu health condition. If he gets out the hospital, if he's recovering well. From my understanding, he's getting better by the day. They had him on a breathing tube, took him off. Um, and he's trying to walk and everything like that. So we are still sending prayers out to Psycho Stu and his entire family during this trying a difficult time. So we're not going to give, or I'm not going to give any more attention to the situation, to the scenario. So we're just going to talk about. We're going to look at some videos. All of this is going to be fair use, to add commentary to what's going on, to also educate or just commentate on this stuff. So absolute fair use for all this stuff. I'm going to do the screen share. We're not going to watch all the material. We're going to break some things down, skip to some parts, and talk about it. And that's pretty much it. This is also a test as well. It's also a test because starting in a couple of weeks, and I will talk about this a little bit more in the state of the channel video for September, which will be recorded probably Sunday or Labor Day. Um, as I will talk about it, I was explaining what those live streams are going to look like and everything. So this is also a bit of a test run. That's why I'm not doing it in a Google Meet and then waiting for it to reach to my email and then uploading it regularly. We're going to do a live stream. We're going to test out new things. We're going to see how this is going to work, how this is going to flow, and everything like that. I do want to say thank you all to every single person that has subscribed. Now, when I started talking about my goal to reach 50 subscribers, I was thinking how things were going with my videos. I was like, okay, end of September might be a solid goal. And come to find out that we got this after the Undertaker Matt Lida, want to make sure I get that right. Um, After that video really took off, which caught me off guard, reached the goal of the channel. So I'm very excited about that. And if get I think we're at 57 now. So I'm really excited about that. And I just want to say thank you all to subscribing and watching and sharing and liking and commenting and everything. It's really, really been a pleasure overall. So that's that. I'm gonna give a bigger thank you to that, and I'm also gonna try some new things with that video too. I might hook up my Xbox One, play some Minecraft with it. I don't know, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Here to discuss. This is just, like I said, test run where we do the Cleveland Browns game reviews and everything like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the latest things going on, the videos, the response from Raja. Um, we didn't know the guy's name. We always refer to him as the guy in the pink hair, but his name is Doug. We're gonna get into a little bit of that interview, and we're also gonna get into AJ Mana, the guy in the cowboy hat who was egging on Roger Jackson. We're gonna kind of break down a little bit of that as well. I didn't go through the whole thing. I kind of got off a channel. Like I said, I'm gonna give every single channel its credit, and I will link these videos down below in the description box when I'm done live streaming this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and share the screen. And first, what we're gonna do is we are going to talk about the we're going to talk about Rampage Jackson making fun of of his sons. Um, essentially on his son's life, on his live with Sneeko. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you can. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and look at this in its entirety, and then we're gonna discuss that. Like I said, this is fair use. This is thanks to uh Trekking 2 or something like that. He's the one who uploaded it. Look at that.
Hey, yo. Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights? You said what? Your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights. Man, shut the fuck up. Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga. You were hugging on some dude in some booty shorts. I wasn't fucking hugging on nobody. I saw you, nigga. I saw you hugging. I saw you hugging on your coach. No, I don't got no sexual. I'm not around a bunch of dudes with some damn pro wrestling show.
Exactly. Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I'm a fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am. Now I get a chance to get in the ring and do some shit to him. Exactly. People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Straight up, bro. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit. Exactly. Watch.
My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up.
All right, so that's the end of that video. I hope you guys was able to hear that. Um, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys were able to hear it. It was playing in my headphones, so hopefully you guys was able to hear that. So let's talk about that video first. Clearly, and I want to say this before I comment on that video. This is one of these scenarios why I like to wait. Why I like to wait till majority of things come out or everything comes out so I can get a full clear picture and I'm not backtracking because or changing my opinion on things. I like to try to stay consistent. Um so this is why, because I remember when I first watched the video, if you guys returning back to watch, I sat back and said, did I think Roger Jackson was a POS? I said no in that video. I said that it was a mistake taken overboard. I have completely changed my stance on that. I really have. It's now just he's a piece of shit. And I would show in his response video, he's a piece of shit, straight up. He's a straight piece of shit. And he has no accountability for his actions or anything like that. Like this dude is just unhinged. Like it's insane. So me backtracking the whole is it was a mistake, is emotion got no, this is like straight up, like not saying that I didn't think it was premeditated to begin with, but at the same time I'm like, you know, like okay, this shit probably got taken over time, way emotionally charged. No, I don't think that shit no more. And I think it was emotionally charged, but it was way more malicious attack than I guess I comprehended at the time. So that's why I like to wait on stuff like that. Now, for we just watched the video with Rampage calling out his son for, and it wasn't even hugging Syko Stu or anything like that. It was Syko Stu like basically grabbing his neck and just basically like, hey, you're gonna sell. He didn't really know if he was a worker or not, this, that, and the third. So um yeah, like I said in the other in the last video we did on this subject, or the last video I did on this topic, and that was that his chat egging him on, his father is egging him on in a sense of, I think Roger Rampage intentionally meant to egg him on. No, I think that's just a little bit of old school tactic to like kind of harden up your son, but like that just didn't add it, just added more flames to the fire. So like I just don't get why he would do that, especially if you knew your son was volatile like that. That don't none of this shit helped the situation. None of this shit helped out anything. And I'm gonna say this as well. Like this is just one, this is just a fucked up situation. This is like a really, really fucked up situation, right? And it just don't help when you got somebody who is not emotionally sound, who's not emotionally checked, who doesn't know how to keep his lid on no matter what. Sometimes we do get a little out of character. It's human nature. But this is something where, again, Syko Stu apologized. Roger looked like he accepted it, and Syko Stu apologized multiple times and explained why he was apologizing, why he did the things that he did. And I do want to say this to Mark Henry, and I want to say this, Mark Henry, like, fuck you for saying that shit. Like, Syko had a part in this and all this other stuff. Like, Syko made a mistake. He tried to rectify the mistake and everything like that. So that's fucked up. So, my thing is like, and if I'm losing my train of thought because my gears are turning right now as I'm trying to process this, it's just this was just a essentially it was a perfect storm. It was a perfect storm of a fucked up situation. Let's call it spade a spade. It was a perfect storm it was a perfect situation. All the ingredients was there for a fucked up situation, and it doesn't help that he was already emotionally charged. It doesn't help that he doesn't have control of his emotion. He's not disciplined at all, as we saw. He's not disciplined, and it's like he was already pissed off. Now his dad is egging him on. In his eyes, his dad is egging him on. The chat is egging him on. The chat is encouraging it. The chat has just as much responsibility. AJ Mana has a responsibility. Do what the cowboy has the responsibility of it. Everybody knew this dude could not work. And I said this in the first part. If y'all knew this guy could not fucking work, why would you tell him to go get his fucking receipt? There was different ways to do this shit if you wanted to quote unquote turn it to an angle. Or you could have just let him out of the fucking arena and not have him fucking do it, right? So this is just a fucked up situation, and again, it doesn't help. But now we're gonna talk about, and like I said, I hope you guys can hear this. We're gonna screen share again. We're gonna talk about Raja's. It's a 20-second clip, but we're gonna talk about Raja's response to the live stream in of itself. We're gonna break that down as well. So let's go ahead and do that again. We're gonna do this off of Reddit, and we're gonna talk about this 22-second clip. Ace 4281. He's re-uploaded. Let's go ahead and check this video out.
And you ruined it.
It wasn't my fucking fault.
Well,
The goddamn cameraman's fault. I know he's watching this shit. If you watching this shit, nigga, how could you? How fucking could you? That's what I expected, though. It's all good. We gonna fucking figure this shit out.
So we just saw that. Now this is the part that, like, honest to God, like, pisses me off, right? Like, okay, now this is days after the situation, and just no fucking accountability whatsoever for your fucking actions. Like, zero accountability. And then Rampage just letting them say that shit. It is not your fucking cameraman's fault. It's not your cameraman's fault why you fucking went unhinged. Yes, your chat was egging you on, but at the end of the day, your chat is not at fault for you fucking almost killing a fucking man. It's nobody's fault but yours. You have control over your own emotions. You have control over your fucking actions. And you don't know how to fucking do that. You don't know how to have fucking control of any of that shit. Straight up. And you taking no accountability. It's the cameraman's fault. Oh, he kept recording, kept doing this. Fuck that shit. One, it's the cameraman's job to fucking record. Let's be real here. You are that cameraman's boss. And I thought, hey, maybe the cameraman had a relationship with Raja, and maybe that is true. And maybe Raja felt betrayed and decided to say, fuck the cameraman and all this other shit. But the cameraman actually pulled you away from a more fucked up situation. He pulled you away from a more fucked up situation. The situation could have been extremely worse, and it could have involved more people if the cameraman did not stop you and told you to get your black ass in the car. And told you to get your black ass in the damn passenger seat. And as the cameraman that does these live streams, he ain't supposed to cut that shit off until he's told. Until he's told. The cameraman doing his job. And yeah, he recorded all that shit. Yeah. Because your dumb ass was too fucking emotionally charged. Even after the situation, to cut that bitch off. You forgot to cut that bitch off. You dumb motherfucker. Then you gonna blame the cameraman for that shit. No accountability. And why is Rampage just letting him say that shit, bro? Why would you just sit there and let him say that shit? Like, no, say something to your fucking son. Cut your fucking son off and go, hey, it's not the cameraman's fault. It's not the cameraman's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You are the reason why you fucked up massively. The fact that you in my house and you not behind bars is you blessed to even be standing in my damn house right now and not lock the fuck up. And then you gonna blame the cameraman? Like, what type of parenting is Rampage Jackson doing? And please understand, people, like, I don't have an older son. I don't have a son that's 25 years old. Hell, like I said, I'm 29 years old my damn self. But I have a son. I have a son. If my son was in that fucking situation, I would cut him off and tell him to shut the fuck up and be a grown-ass motherfucking man and take accountability for your actions. You fucked up. Plain and simple. Now that you fucked up, you have to face the consequences of your actions. Has anybody not been raised like that? I know my mother raised me that way. I know my father raised me that way. I know my grandmother raised me that way. Whether it's consequences are both good and bad, and you have to face them based off of your actions and take accountability and don't bullshit people. I don't understand and cannot comprehend, because of how I was raised, how you can raise somebody else to not be accountable for their fucking actions, to not be accountable for their emotional state, for their mental state, for their physical state, for their financial state. Yes, we need help along the way. We all need help along the way. I am a firm believer that everybody in this life does not go through this life without help, and that everybody in this life need fucking help at some point in their fucking lives. However, you are responsible for your own fucking actions. If you need to go get if you need therapy, you need to realize that you need therapy. Or if people are telling you, hey, you might want to go get some therapy, you might want to get some counseling, then it's your responsibility to listen to that advice or to sit back and not listen to that advice. But if you listen to the advice and go to therapy, cool, great, you're getting better. If you don't, that's you at the end of the day. However, because you can't take accountability of your own actions, there's a man laying in the fucking hospital bed. There is a wife crying. There is a father concerned about his son because another father has failed to raise his son, and has failed to raise his son to be disciplined and emotionally controlled, and to not let people get under your fucking skin. And he's talking about, I don't want my dad to be, my dad ain't gonna make me a bitch. Da 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 da. I'm tired of being, I'm not my dad, so I'm my own damn man. Yes, you are. So you know how to take accountability. Okay, you do. Because if you can take accountability that you are not Rampage's son, you're not just known as Rampage's son, you are Roger Jackson, then Roger Jackson needs to take accountability for almost ending a man's life. Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You ain't got no problem taking accountability of separating yourself from your father. No problems, no issues. You good on that. You good on that. You good on making sure you accountable for nobody making sure you a bitch, even though you the biggest bitch on earth right now. You the biggest bitch on earth. Okay. You ain't got no problem, but now it's the cameraman's fault, right? And let me just say something real quick. I want people to realize that he has a problem being known as Rampage Jackson's son, but his Instagram name is Rampage Jackson Jr., also known as the clone. So you really ain't helping you contradictory fuck. You contradictory fuck. Let's be honest here. Okay. So you're gonna blame the cameraman, you're gonna blame Syko Stu, you're gonna blame AJ Mana, you're gonna blame the promoter. Oh, he told me to hit him and all this other shit. But at the end of the day, you are in control of you. If somebody was to walk in this room right now and tell me to go, I'm on the second floor in my house. If somebody was to tell me to walk in this room and tell me to go climb out my window and jump out the window, and I tear my ACL jumping out the window, who fucking fault is that? Is it my fault for jumping out the fucking window? Or is it the person's fault for telling me to jump out the window? Because last time I checked, you can tell me to jump out the window. It's up to me to decide whether I'm going to jump out that window or not. Just like it's your decision to determine how much of a non-bitch you are. How much you gonna prove your chat that you just like right now. If this chat told me to drink, I hate grapefruit juice. Just something personal about me. I fucking hate grapefruits. Absolutely, and I know Syko Stu's life, grapefruit. What? Just follow me on this one, right? Please follow me on this one because I'm trying to make it more relatable and not as severe, but the message is the same across. So follow me on this one. I don't like grapefruits. I don't like the fruit. I don't like juice. Anything with grapefruit is disgusting to me. I absolutely hate it, right? And if this chat start blowing up, man, we want you to drink grapefruit juice, drink grapefruit juice, drink grapefruit juice, trying to egg me on to drink this grapefruit juice, right? It's at the end of the day, it's up to me whether I'm going to drink it or not. And guess what? I'm not going to do that. Even if I'm emotionally charged to fucking do that. And I know that's severe, or maybe I could use something else as an example, but that's the first example that popped up in my head. The point of that example is that it doesn't matter if the chat, your father, your friend AJ Mana, it doesn't matter if the promoter told you. So it doesn't matter. You are in control. You are responsible for your own actions. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Clearly, your dad ain't tell you that shit, or if he did, it went in one. As my dad used to say when I didn't listen to him, it went in one ear and went out the other. You may have heard him, but you ain't listen. But the way Rampage is acting, I don't think he did. And if he did, he probably just he probably in the throw my hands up mode. Like, hey, it's your shit now. Because all he said was, you fucked up, right? Yeah, he know he fucked up. He know he fucked up, but he's not taking accountability of him fucking up. He may fucked up, but it's this person's fault, this person's fault, this person's fault, this person's fault. No accountability and has shown no remorse. And for a brief moment, I thought, well, in the initial video, maybe he didn't show remorse because he was still emotional. No, just no fucking remorse for another man's life. And like I said in the other video, I still think it's not going to lean towards attempting. We know that he tried to unalive Syko Stu. We all know that. We can clearly see that, but it has to also be proven in the court of law. So I still don't know about that. But again, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video, which is going to be Doug. So Doug is the pink hair guy that actually tackled and was able to stop this brutal assault. And I just want to say this to Doug real quick before we go to this next video. I really applaud this man. This man is the only one that truly tried to stop and successfully stop this situation. He didn't do a fake arm pull. He didn't do none of that. He tried to stop it. And I do want to say this. I do want to say these two things to react to this, what I've been seeing online. One, the referee. The referee took a lot of heat because he didn't do nothing. As the referee, as the referee, as a wrestling referee on top of that, I'm pretty sure when there's a high pressure situation, high stress situation, I'm pretty sure he kind of didn't know what the hell was going on because he came in, nobody tried to stop him coming in. And I was right the first time. Syko Stu did try to stop, or yeah, he did go up with him. Excuse me. He did go up with him. So I was right about that the first, because I backtracked. I was like, no, but yeah, he went up with them first. At first, like it took a minute. He was like, oh, okay, I don't know why he's doing this spot, but I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna go ahead and go up with him. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate your comments, man. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody that is watching. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think the referee thought maybe it was a part of the show, and maybe when he realized that it wasn't, he probably didn't know what to do. Okay, these referees are more trained into following the quote unquote, I don't want to call it a script, but it's a script, the script or the plan or whatever you want to call it. That's more of his job. So he's not used to, if it was a UFC fighter or a UFC referee, I should say, then it'd be completely different. But I don't blame the referee. The guy in the face paint with the black tank top on, so like I said, he didn't do enough for me. And he kind of went in there like, oh, I'm gonna try to stop him, but he went in there a little timid. Like I said, if you're going to try to make this stop, do what Doug did. Do exactly what Doug did, and that was tackle this motherfucker and try to restrain him. And I did see some people that was like, oh, well, Raja was still trying to get to Syko Stu. No, I just think that Raja's focus, and Doug even said this in an interview, Raja's focus shifted over to Doug, and he was ready to attack him as well. So AJ Mon is a piece of shit. The promoter's a piece of shit. I also want to say this. As I know, I'm still working on the lighting thing and everything like that, but I think you guys know color of my skin, right? This is not a race thing. I'm seeing some black people out there like, yeah, Syko Stu deserve that, beat that white boy's ass and all this. Fuck that. This has nothing to do with fucking race. This has nothing to fucking do with any fucking bullshit. This has everything to do with fucking character. You know, we sit here and praise Martin Luther King, but then when it comes time to judge character and not the content of the character and not the color of the skin, now all of a sudden we just fuck that shit, right? Fuck that. Fuck that. No, this has nothing to do with fucking race. This has everything to fucking do with the character of Roger Jackson. And he's going to get what he deserves. Let's be clear on that. Whether it's court of law, court of opinion, or the highest court of them all. By the highest court of them all. And if you're Christian, y'all know what court I'm talking about. The judgment of God. He gonna get his day. You best believe it. You best believe it. So let's go ahead and review this. Or we're not gonna watch the whole 21-minute video. We're gonna just like break down bits and pieces and parts of this and everything like that. And we're gonna talk about we're gonna review the Doug interview. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. So let's go ahead and screen share that. If you guys can let me know if you can hear it. Like I said, I can hear it through my headphones. Hopefully you can hear it as well. Let's go ahead and screen share that. Okay. And like I said, we're not gonna review everything. I'm glad the time jumps, but we're gonna start off at the 45 with the 1 minute and 47 mark. We're gonna review about 2 minutes of this. We're gonna let this play all the way through, and then we're gonna and talk about what we just heard from that. This is done by the Scaling Up podcast. This is again fair use. And I will put a link in the description for this full interview. You know, they did this show, Scaling Up podcast. Go subscribe to them. This was a great interview as well.
How did you end up being involved? Because from what I understand, you weren't part of that match out there in the middle of the ring during this match.
I just got done with my match. I was blown up, took the heat, did the shit. Then I get a whisper by somebody, hey, something is not right. I might need you to go out there and check a scenario. This guy's going to do a spot. I'm like, when does the spot happen? Oh, we'll let you know. Well, you want to let me know, but like, you're not telling me when the cue is, when is the spot supposed to happen. You're just going to let me know just in case. All right, so I'm stuck. I walk out to somebody with the radio. I said, hey, talk to the back. When do you guys want me to go? What's happening? I was informed about the beer can incident. Actually, shortly before that, they told me that they, made up, shook hands, hugged it out multiple times. So it was going to be fine, but they just want to make sure. I talked to the person out front with the radio. I walk back to the ring. I see the slam. I see the first punch, second punch. And by then I'm at people in front of me and I just start moving. I kind of wish I would have just sprung on like the slam. So that's where I'm at. I mean, honestly, there's nothing worse than you watch somebody you care about. He's a veteran. He's me. And these are people who are supposed to love him. And I'm the only one on the outskirts to be told to watch this, apparently. And then I'm in there and I'm battling. I'm doing whatever, trying to like work this. And I'm telling the guy to calm down. And now he's trying to fight me. It's all fucked, like there's.
So them telling you to watch this and get involved, if this was supposed to be an angle, it kind of doesn't make any sense because you have nothing to do with their storyline or whatever. It seems like they kind of wanted you there just because you're the only one, which in wrestling means for real fight, right?
It felt like it, like how you'd use a dog. Like, hey, we'll send our bitch to go do this.
But the fact that they told you to watch out and ready, and the fact that this had nothing to do with any of the storylines kind of shows that this was
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop right there, real. Like I said, hopefully you guys was able to hear that. So essentially, we know that, and mind you, I have seen some people like Doug is a fucking liar. I don't think Doug has anything to fucking lie on this. Okay, this was a guy that he considers family that got brutally assaulted. I don't think he would lie, but and we saw how this shit was ran with AJ, with the promoter, all that shit. And saw how unprotected Syko was. I don't think none of this shit that Doug was saying was false. Now, if it seems choppy and cut up, that is because of the fact that, and they even said it in the comment section, that YouTube took down the original video, so they had to chop things up in order to keep the interview up. So, like, what the fuck ever. So, to Doug, this dude is a fucking hero. He put his own life on the line to save his best friend's life and to save, just this dude is a hero. And if he was to ever come to this town, I would buy this dude as much beer, wings, pizza, whatever it may be, whatever he want that doesn't involve something illegal, he can fucking have it. I would gladly buy him around the shots, around the beer, whatever it may be. This guy's a fucking hero. Okay, so essentially, you just say, "Hey, look, these guys wanted me to watch this shit." And I'm like, "Why you want me to watch this? It has nothing to do with me." And you can kind of tell already the promotion, they set this shit up. Essentially, this is how I take it as, right? I take it as they knew that they wanted to, they knew they wanted this to happen to Syko Stu. I don't think there's no doubt about that. I had my suspicions on it, and I think you guys know that by watching my video, or maybe you suspected that. I know I talked to my friends about it. I had my suspicions. Like I had my suspicions on this shit. Like I really, really, really did, about him being set up. And I was like, it felt like a setup, because even if you wanted to do this an angle, why not have the boys come out and surround the ring, or surround Syko Stu to leave him protected against a guy that they fucking knew did not know how to work? How many times did they say he does not know how to work, and referring to Roger Jackson? So what I think this was them coming in and saying, "Look at this shit. We about to fuck your best friend up, and we want you to fucking watch that." We want you to fucking watch that. And Nick, you bring up a great point. That is a great fucking point. There is a possibility they could have egged Syko Stu onto this shit, because there's no fucking way. The shit don't add up that, he didn't know who he was and all this. It don't add up. Like, he might not have know truly who he was, but somebody knew who he was, because remember, like, as we call it, he no-clipped into Raj's stream. He no-clipped in there. So there is a possibility that they could have told Syko Stu, "Hey, go over there. That's one of the new guys," or, "Hey, go over there and just work with them," and anything like that. And you can kind of see that Syko was kind of stunned that he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And that's why he grabbed him right here and was like, "Hey, you're gonna sell." Like, as in, come on, you're gonna go with this. So it's just some off. It's like they wanted to set Syko Stu up. And let me remind y'all, Syko Stu does professional wrestling to get over his PTSD, for his time in service, for serving this fucking country. This dude served this fucking country to give motherfuckers like Raja the chance to fucking walk free. Want that to sink in. And this is something that I'm starting to think about too. What's gonna be Syko Stu's outlet now? Because we know he's gonna have he already is suffering from PTSD. This just adds on to it. It unfortunately adds on to it. So what does that add to that now? So this shit is fucked up. It's so fucked up on so many fucking levels. And here's this guy that's been described as, people who actually fucking care about him as being a legitimate good person, just an all around great person. So this guy, this man that uses wrestling as an outlet, probably use it as not a main. There's no way it could be a main source of income, but a nice source of income, and to help provide for his wife and his children or his child. And let me remind you as well, there were children at this event. So I do want to ask this because I've heard this as well, and I don't know how true this is, but do you trust to take your children, if you have children or any family that's a smaller age, niece, nephew, do you trust to go to an indie show in your local area after this incident? Do you trust it? Will you do that? I'm gonna let y'all let that sink in, that question sink in. We're gonna talk about this next part of the interview. So let's go ahead and screen share again. Yep, that tab right there. I got multiple. So now the next chapter we're gonna look at is, I think I gotta get out of full screen for this. Let's see. It's taking me a minute, but we're gonna get there. All right. Was this premeditated? So we're gonna continue to hit play on this one as well. Gonna hit that theater mode and
Mana, you brought somebody that was volatile that you knew had issues.
So real quick, that's the friend of Raja who brought him to the
That's
event.
the small calf, small ass chicken legs bitch with the cowboy hat.
So this fight, whatever you want to call it, Raja Jackson,
Attempted murder.
right? This attempted murder, he landed like 20 something punches on him.
23.
23 punches on him. You pull him off, and then he tried to go at you. So that was he trying to continue beating him even further?
I think the culmination between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out and all the shit that AJ gassed up into his head. Because let me put it this way. I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a shit person for what he did. But I think AJ's a bigger shit person for gassing him up to be in that fucking ring, to leading him to ruin his own fucking life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a fucking problem with. You can't fucking tell me that's not, I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly, because he's not going to do it himself. Mm-hmm. You know, the few little backyard fights he fucking got in where he got beat the up, and then you got somebody that's a real fighter, trained by somebody that's one of the greatest of all time, and then you had him do your dirty work. He ruined two people's lives.
So what happened when you got involved with Raja? Why did he want to keep going? Well, I know his chat was like gassing him up too, leading up to it, which we've talked about.
Another reason why live streaming is toxic.
Yeah.
Just goes to show.
When you're a man, you're in control of your life. If you do things for other men, you're their bitch. You are not a man.
Basically
you're a puppet.
Doug, so what happened?
Oh, let's talk about that as well. Now, I will agree with that. I will agree with Doug in that regard. Of Agent Mana is just and the everybody in that chat that was, I'm not gonna sit back and say everybody that was watching the chat, but everybody that commented and proceeded to gaslight the situation, they're all a part of being one big hot steaming pile of shit. They really are. And Doug is right. You are, as a grown ass man and a grown woman, you as a grown human being is responsible for your own actions. Do I think AJ Mana destroyed Roger Jackson's life? No. Do I think he played a part in it? Yes. Did Roger Jackson destroy his own life? Absolutely. Again, Raja is responsible for Raja Jackson. Nobody else. Don't matter how much AJ try to gaslight you or anything like that. And yes, Wicked Dragon, you're right. Raja should be in jail. The fact that he's not in jail, I don't know what's taking so long to build a case. Like I said, the only thing I can think of why it's taking so long to arrest him is because are they trying to determine, is this attempted murder or is this attempted, or not even attempted, or is this aggravated assault? Either way, it's either going to be first degree aggravated assault or first degree attempted murder. And the reason why I say that is because in the last video we did on this situation, which is the last video uploaded, we did read the California law between aggravated assault and attempted murder according to California law. So I wonder if they're trying to um figure out which charge they want to take him after, and then maybe they make the rest. Hopefully they make the rest. I don't see Raja walking around for another 2 weeks. I really don't. I'd be stunned if it takes like another 2 to 3 weeks if for Raja to walk around. So again, I do think that Raja fucked up his life, but did AJ Mana destroy Psycho Stuart Smith's life? Absolutely. And and I agree with Doug 110% that he premeditated this and wanted to beat Psycho Stu's ass for whatever reason, but didn't do that and decided to bring in Raja Jackson to fucking do his bidding. And that makes Raja Jackson a bigger bitch. Congratulations. You're the puppet. You're the puppet. Like, you fucking dumbass. So I just lost 3 viewers because of that shit. But I'm always gonna stay me. So the next thing we're gonna review in this interview, again, this is uploaded by Scaling Up the Podcast. Please go to them and subscribe to them. Is we're actually gonna talk about he talks about Stu's current condition at the time of this recording. So we'll go ahead and give Stu some of his flowers there, and we'll talk about that and give a brief review on that. And let me know if you guys can hear the audio as well. I think you guys can, but just let me know if there's any issue with the audio.
And I couldn't imagine watching somebody I love getting beat to death.
His dad was there?
AJ was talking to his dad from what I hear, so I'm assuming his dad was there and lying to him about what happened. And then, like I said, with Stu's family, now they're wondering if he's going to be normal again. Not just jail. It's not the tragedy of losing my son to jail. Is he going to be able to remember things? Can he walk? Can he talk normal?
What condition is he in right now? Do you know?
From what I hear, he's having a hard time. He has no recollection of what happened.
He was in a coma overnight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was induced.
Medically induced.
And he's lost all his teeth at this point, I heard?
Most of them, from what I hear.
He had brain swelling as of last night. It's gone down since then, and reports as of late have said that he's up and alive, but is extremely out of sorts, is having trouble walking, maintaining his balance. And they just took him off a breathing tube this morning, and would assume they're just keeping an eye on him.
The fucked up part is Stu doesn't want this attention,
and he doesn't remember anything that happened, right?
That's what we were told. Yeah.
He's apologizing to his wife for being in the hospital.
So just imagine like apologizing to his wife for something that, one, he can't even remember what happened, and two, something that was totally out of his control. Okay, this is not just affecting Psycho Stu's life, man. This is affecting his wife, his children, his father, if his mother, anybody that is connected in love to Syko Stu. This is affecting all of them, all because of the actions of one uncontrolled man. This is a fucked up situation on so many fucking levels. And think about how much this affected everybody that was there. They just watched a man almost fucking die for something that should have never happened, in the first place. And there were kids there. Imagine the emotional trauma the kids are going to go through because it is now. It's so fucked up, and it's so many fucking layers that is bigger than Raja bitch ass. It's bigger than Raja's bitch ass. Like, fuck that guy. He ruined so many lives, both short term and long term. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And I feel bad for every single person that had to watch that shit. I feel bad for every single person that loves Stewart. I feel bad for fucking Stewart. I feel bad for his fucking wife. And I pray for those people. And I pray that those people get the help that they need. I really do. I'm not one of those people. I don't pray ill will on people. So I'm not gonna sit back and pray to God that Raja goes to jail. Do I hope he goes to jail? Absolutely. He deserve to go to jail? Absolutely. I'm not gonna pray on it. I don't pray on ill will. I don't believe in sending that up to God. I don't believe in sending up negativity up to God. But I will pray that I do pray um that everybody that needs the help gets the help that they need. Nick said Doug brought up a great point today. He said Roger just wants his dad to show him love, not call him names. Be honest with you, Roger needs to just go get some fucking help. But who, dude, you 25. 25. You still like I said, I'm 20. I'm young my damn self. But you gotta find some validation somewhere else now, man. You gotta find validation somewhere else. It's this is not at a certain age, your past trauma is on you to fix and resolve at the end of the day. You can use that when you 25, 26. That's on you, man. You gotta go to therapy. I've been to therapy twice because of my own past traumas that I had to deal with. That wasn't up to my mother. And let me just say this about both my parents. My parents were loving parents. My parents were amazing parents. My mother and my father, they were amazing people. I didn't take a lot. They did everything they could for me. I love my parents for that. My past traumas did not come from my parents. It didn't. Not like how I did with Raja. With my parents, it didn't. It came from outside of my house. And I had to address that. So at some point, you got to address the issues. You got to address it. I had to address my own personal issues. I had to address my abandonment issues. I had to address my issues with unaliving myself years ago. I had to go through addressing my issues through depression. I had to do that. I had to take charge of my responsibility, not look for validation from somewhere else, including from my parents. Including from my parents. I hid all that stuff from my mother and my father for years. I hid it all. You have to take accountability for your mental state at some point in your adult life. And at 25 years old, it's time for him to start doing that. He didn't get validation from his father. Go to counseling. Take your father with you. You don't want to go to count. You are Rampage ain't responsible for Rampage is responsible for raising him. After that, hey, come on. People that are parents out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got young ones like I got young ones, the Bible says it itself. Teach up a child and train him in which way he go. Which way he go. But at the end of the day, I did my job. Or I'm doing my job. And that's up to my son. If I did a bad job, my son can play the blame game all he wants to. And I would take accountability for that. I hope I'm not like that with my own son. And I don't think I will. I don't think I am right now. But you, at some point as a grown man, you got to take accountability. You got to take accountability for your own actions. So we're gonna review one more part about this, and that is Knox Pro encouraging the wrestlers not to get involved with the police. Now, we do know that the police got involved. They're doing an investigation. So this is Doug talking about Knox Pro, the promoter, whoever is telling the wrestlers and their students, which that puts their students in a tough situation because it's that fear of they could blackball me out of getting a potential job and becoming doing something that I want to do. So there, anybody that's like, I've seen this, like anybody that is going with Knox Pro, um, as far as not saying anything and cooperating with Knox Pro, not cooperating with police. You got to think about like some of those people in the situation of they're trying to continue. I know there's a right and wrong thing, but there are a lot of people that are like, hey, like I want to wrestle across this state. I want to wrestle across this country. And if they're going to blackball me, they have the power to blackball me. Now, I did say that did I think Knox Pro would lose their affiliation? I didn't think that at the time, just based off the information. I'm glad that they did. And when more information started coming out, that's when I was like, damn, they damn sure deserve to lose that. So we're gonna talk about Knox Pro telling their wrestlers not to get involved. Like I said, going to I'm not going to blame those guys because 9 times out of 10, those guys are just breaking into the wrestling business. They're not trying to get blackballed. They're in a tough situation. And so with that, I'm not really going to blame them for that. But this is going to be the last clip for them. Again, this is by Scaling Up Podcast. We're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about AJ's response. We're going to break that down a little bit as well.
The most disgusting thing, which is the reason I ultimately decided to be present for this, given that my involvement wasn't direct with the situation that's gone viral, which is a blessing and a curse. Part of me wishes so bad that I was there to assist the situation and help my friend here. The other part of me is glad I wasn't there because there's a good chance I would have gotten locked up that night as well if I was present for what I witnessed on video. But the most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell. You are wasting oxygen that other people could be breathing. Go fuck yourself. And if you continue to be complacent in this investigation and you side with the people who you know are in the wrong, I wish nothing but the worst for you.
Is there anything else? I guess any insight information?
So, all right, I'm about to do my first backtracking or backpedaling of this live stream. Now, when I initially listened to, well, partially backpedaling. When I listened to this podcast, I didn't really watch it. That was my first time watching a video on the interview. I had listened to the interview on my way home from work, and I do want to say this: anybody now there were more people there than just the people who replied to that. But he is right. For the people that did say yes, sir, and heart reacted and did the 100 thing or the 100 emoji to them saying fly low and don't talk to, law enforcement or anything like that. Yeah, he's right. Fuck them. They watched their friend, their partner, their senior, as far as, seniority, whatever may be. They watched him almost fucking die, and now you're not gonna investigate. Now you're not gonna, that's fucked up. But anybody that, I'm pretty sure everybody that did get that message, did get that memo, and either they didn't respond or whatever the case may be. To those people that didn't respond, or to those people that didn't say anything, I don't know how I feel about that. But the people that definitely doubled down, like, yeah, we're gonna back Knox Pro and we're gonna back the army. Yeah, fuck that. And Doug did say this as well in the podcast. I'm not gonna play this part, but he did say that Rikishi wasn't there and Rikishi had nothing to do with this, and I wholeheartedly agree. And he said Rikishi's one of the nicest guys there, and if Rikishi was there, he definitely wouldn't have put up with that shit. And I know Rikishi has been getting heat because of how he's sticking up for Jey Uso and everything, but I do believe Rikishi wouldn't have did that shit. I think Rikishi respects the business and is smart enough to not let that shit happen. He would have told Raj to leave, or if probably wouldn't have told Raj not to do that shit at all. Not even to show the fuck up. Like, why is he back here? Why is he okay? He's a guest, but we're not gonna have him do an angle. Like, fuck that. So, I think Rikishi shouldn't get no heat. I do agree with Doug on that. So, finally, we're gonna talk about AJ Mona's reaction to this. This is a 9-minute clip up video, about a 10-minute video. Like I said, we're not gonna cover all of it, but we're gonna cover some things about it, and we're gonna talk about that as well. And then we're pretty much gonna be done with this. Like I said, this is the last video on this shit. And this live stream is a test for future live streams, especially when it comes to. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. And like I said, I'll also talk about in the state of the channel video as well. So let's go ahead and let's look at this video. This was done by CT Fletcher. He is the host of the what's this of the F Y'all podcast. I think that's what his podcast is called. Let me double check to make sure that that is correct before we hit play on that. So yeah, this is from the F Y'all podcast, featuring hosted by CT Fletcher. So we're going to talk about that. And this is a 9-minute clip that is done by Mand. He was able to clip bits and pieces of this. So we're going to look at this. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. This is going to be my first watch. I actually, funny enough, I was looking up the I was looking up the whatchamacallit. I was looking up I don't know why I can't think right now. I was looking up the Doug interview, and this is the first thing that popped up on my homepage. So let's go ahead and look at that. Like I said, you guys are not complaining about any audio issues, so thank you for that. But if there is any audio issues, let me know, and I'll try to address that as best I can. I'm learning how to do all this stuff, so let's go ahead and hit share for that. This fucking bald-headed fucking bozo.
All the fuck I told Roger to do. The only thing I told Roger to do was give him a fucking receipt because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done.
This storyline, and then the shit gets out of hand, and you not
watch the video. Who told Roger to throw the punch? Watch the fucking video. Here. I'll give you a hint. You ready? And I quote: "Get in there and fuck that motherfucker up."
I'm gonna have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat.
Nope, came out of the promoter's mouth. Fuck you. What, I'm supposed to kayfabe this shit to protect them? Fuck you. Y'all niggas watching me burn. Y'all told me to shut up and not say nothing just so I can fucking get buried. Fuck y'all. No, I ain't shutting up about nothing. I'm telling the whole fucking truth. Like it or not. And if you don't like it, pull up, bitch. I ain't got nothing to lose. Pull up. Motherfucker.
The one point that I really want to overemphasize is that he knew beforehand that Raja was not a worker. He was not a worker. He knew that beforehand. But if you just look at the video,
okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Now, what is this bozo talking about? He said he knew beforehand that Raja was not a worker. Did he? Because in the video, what we broke this down. We did an in-depth analysis on the first video, right? 9 minutes and 8 seconds long. In that video, he said, I didn't know you were a worker. I saw the cameras. I messed up. I apologize. That's on me. My bad. Okay. And even when the stare down happened between them two, what did everybody kept saying? Oh, he's not a worker. He's not a worker. He's not a worker. This was after Syko hit him with the beer can. And this was after Syko grabbed him on the back of the neck and said, hey, are you going to sell? Syko had no fucking idea that Raja wasn't a worker. Do I think Syko should have double checked to make sure that? Yes. Do I think Psycho also probably got told by somebody that he was a guest, he might be a worker? That's a possibility. I think Psycho probably should have double checked. I think that was the only mistake that he probably did make in this whole situation. Not again, that's not me blaming Psycho. Okay. That's not me blaming because he don't deserve blame for what the fuck happened to him. And he apologized profusely. He apologized 3 times to Raja. He apologized 3 times. Tried to shake his hand once, got dismissed. Shook his hand once. Raja walked over to him. He apologized. And then it wasn't no, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. No, it was a genuine apology. It was, I'm sorry. This is why I did this. He explained what his actions behind it and took full accountability for a misunderstanding. Now, I'm pretty sure Psycho was expecting a receipt, but not that. And to AJ, you did tell him to give him a receipt as well, along with the promoter. You're right. The promoter told him to fuck him up. We all saw that shit. We all heard it. But you also was saying, hey, man, you got to go in there, give him a receipt, and da-da-da-da. This is what, and Doug just proved that you a bitch. You look like a bitch. Talk about pull up, pull up. I'll pull up on your ass. I ain't got a problem pulling up on you. I'm pretty sure most of this country that know about this situation ain't got a problem pulling up on your bitch ass. Let's continue to watch this fucking video. Again, people who don't take accountability for their fucking actions piss me off. Now that gets me angry. But I ain't gonna knock nobody out. I got emotional control over my shit.
So it looks like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But from somebody that was there, that's not the truth.
In there. Don't have your girlfriend in there. Don't have your nieces and your nephews and shit in there. They did. But let me bring somebody in that's there for business. That don't really look like everybody else that was in there. Oh, we got a problem. Yeah. That part.
Let's get straight into it. So an AJ Mana interview came out the other day, and he is leaving nothing unsaid. He's giving an entire...
All right. So I think the rest of this is just commentary on that. So again, it's... This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Fucking ridiculous. I don't know what to say what I saw to that. And I didn't watch the full hour and 31-minute interview. I will not lie to you guys on that. That was my first time watching that. AJ, you got to take accountability, bro. You was egging him on too. Everybody was egging him on. And I bet you was one of the motherfuckers that was watching and egging on Doug about, haha, watch this shit. Yeah, watch what we about to do to your boy. Doug even said it himself. I had to move everybody out the fucking way. I wish I would have just charged through y'all, but I didn't know the full extent what the fuck was going on. I didn't know the full extent. And AJ was sitting there and letting it happen. You invited Raja to this. You knew Raja. You had the connection to Raja. And again, oh, they had their nieces, they had their nephews back there, this out. Shut up. Even if they did have their wives, nephew, nieces, and stuff like that. Okay, let's say that is true, right? Let's say AJ is telling the truth about. Let's say that's the only thing he's telling the truth on about that, right? And if they got little kids back there, if they got their wives back there, ain't nobody about to go up there and go work with those guys and put them into work and anything. That's not about to happen. That's not about to happen. And you can see that they're not in a locker room area. These guys are outside. These guys were outside. Nick, the screen was black. Okay. All right. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. Say camera isn't working. Okay. So I didn't know. Was my screen black or was the screen share black? Let me know. Let me know. So it's like no accountability whatsoever. I hope you guys are able to watch that and see that and stuff. if my camera's not working when I screen share, I don't care about that. I'm just trying to make sure y'all see the content that I'm trying to have you guys watch and everything like that. So shout out to everybody that throughout the internet has uploaded these things. Would not be able to do this video without that, and I would not be able to do this without you guys. I do want to say thank you all for watching. I really really do. Is really 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 appreciative from the bottom of my heart. Like it's crazy. I didn't think the channel was going. This is like I said in the first address. This is a hobby of mine, and it's great. So yeah, this is okay. Thank you, Wicked Dragon. So I'll try to figure that out. I guess I'll look up some tips on how to do that. Maybe if I do these content videos, I'll do how I was doing it originally. Um, but for anybody that didn't catch on to the live stream earlier, this was me wanted to make this video and decided to do it as a live stream. So like I said, I'm every Sunday when the NFL, because this is not just understand, this is not just a wrestling channel. This is wrestling, this is football, basketball. It's sports channel in general, and just talking about the biggest topics, rankings, everything. Like this is a variety channel as far as the sports variety channel. So, but I am a Browns fan. God help me. But I am a Browns fan, so we are going to talk about every single Browns game and review after the game. It's not going to be like directly after, but it'll be a couple hours after, especially when I have my son and I have to drop him off at his mom's house. That whole 9 yards. I don't like to do YouTube videos with my son here because I like to pay attention to my son. My son is very young, so Wicked Dragon, God bless you. Uh, being a Dallas fan, jeez. Um, my opinion on Shador, I think it's been overblown. I think Shador has some talent, but he's a fifth round pick at the end of the day. And he got treated just as any fifth round pick quarterback would have been drafted. Um, you know, like if I don't hear nobody bitching about Quinn Ewers not getting touches, and he was drafted in the seventh round. Okay, nobody's coming to the aid of Quinn Ewers. You don't see Quinn Ewers being, oh, he should have been on the first team and da 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 da. But no, it's he has talent, but he's a fifth round pick. He's going to have to work and climb his way up. I think we live in a world where we want to see instant gratification. He needs to start instant. No, he's gonna have to bust his ass in the film room, on the practice field, and everything like that. He's gonna have to bust his ass. So that's what I think about Shador Sanders. Nick, you are a Raiders fan. Go subscribe to my boy Raider Ragu. Raider Ragu for everything you need for Raiders talk, Raiders news, Raiders opinions. Go subscribe to Raider Ragu. I'll have him. I'll tag his YouTube channel in the description when I get done uploading this. But yes, please, please, please go watch my boy Raider Ragu for all your Raider stuff. Juan says, "Go Chicago Bears." God bless you. I think Caleb, if Juan, if you haven't checked it out, go watch my NFC North preview that I did. I talk about my predictions on the Chicago Bears. I think they're an up and coming team. I'm not changing my stance. I know Caleb Williams didn't have the best preseason, the best training camp. But I will say this about the Bears. I think the Bears is a team that to watch out for the next couple of years. You did retool your offensive line. You got a tight end as a weapon. Colston Loveland, I think he's going to play good for you guys. And I think Caleb Williams is going to be your first quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards this year. And they still might finish 7-10, 8-9. So they play in a tough division. Vikings, Packers, and the Lions twice a year. And those three teams are superior to the compared to the Bears. That's just my thought on that. Christian, next now you know damn well next year is not our year. We say that bullshit every year. You know that. Come on, man. Come on. Don't make me flame you now. Don't make me get on this phone and call you. Shout out to my boy Christian. That's one of my best friends, man. I appreciate the love and support. Let's see. And Dallas. I think if Dak can stay healthy, this is a division round team. I don't see them going to the conference championship game. They could, but again, Dallas plays in a tough division. They play in a tough division. All for Philadelphia and Washington. And like the Giants, I don't think the Giants are going to have a good record this year. But I will say that the Giants will have to be a team to watch out for. This is not one of those teams where you look for them to win a lot of games, but it's like next year, 2027, 2028, this might be one of the premier teams in the NFC East, especially if they continue to build on what they got. Um, and then, like I said, I think the Eagles, I think they're gonna go. Of course, Eagles fans are annoying, Nick. Come on, everybody in the country know that. They booed Santa Claus. I mean, I would boo Santa Claus too. I don't believe in him. I'm not raising my son to believe in that fat fuck anyway. But um, yeah, I think the Philadelphia is going to repeat as champions. So I think they have a legitimate chance. They got stronger over the offseason and they extended guys that they need to extend. I'll talk about all of this in the NFC East preview. There's a playlist on the channel to look at every single team. I did all the divisions and stuff like that. Please go check that out. Hit the likes on that and everything like that. Would love that. Um, and I got a whiteboard over here. I think if you guys have checked it out, the whiteboard videos, and I did buy these bad boys lapel mics, so the audio is better on this, and I do got better lighting. I'm gonna actually get another lamp, and it should help out with the lighting in general. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't have overhead lights in this house, so I have to like figure out how to. I had to figure things out. I got to figure things out about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Nick's up on y'all. Okay. They fired their best coach in the last 25 years. I don't know. And I like Mike Brown, but I don't think Mike Brown is like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Mike Brown being the Knicks head coach. I think Thibodeau was the perfect guy for them. How do I feel about Indiana Fever? I don't pay attention to the WNBA all like that. I know there's no more green. You know what's being thrown on the court. Caitlin Clark is one of the best players in the league. Do I think she's the best player in the league? No, she's not. I think that always belongs to Asia Wilson. I think she's the best player in the entire WNBA. Caitlin Clark's the most marketable. She's a great player. She is a top 5 WNBA player. Don't get it twisted. But for people saying she is the best when Asia Wilson exists, okay, sure. So that's just. But Indiana Fever, eh, I'm not gonna sit here. Like I said, I will not sit here. A lot of you guys, I don't pay attention to the WNBA, and I do. I am paying attention to what is going on with their collective bargaining agreement. And I haven't done any videos on that yet because there are still things coming out. It is looking like it's leading towards a lockout. I know that they wanted to raise their minimum wage from 66,000 and to 250,000, so $250,000. They're like, oh, that's not enough. You lose in between 40 and 60 million dollars annually, and you've done that for over a decade. You should have took the deal, but whatever. They think they can get paid like LeBron James. You're not getting paid like LeBron James. You don't bring in the money to get paid like LeBron James. I am going to say this real quick. I'll say this real quick. I'm gonna answer your question, Nick. Mike Tyson shouldn't even be in the ring. I don't care about that fight. Probably Aquaman ended up winning that. I love Mike Tyson, but can he just stay out of the ring? I don't know if he needs the money or not. And if he needs the money, start a GoFundMe. People will support you. Let me say this about the dang, I kind of lost track of what I was about to say. Was I about to go into WNBA? Let me say this about the WNBA. Okay, then this is why this is I've been holding this shit back for years. Okay. Like I said, I know I just started this channel and I'll address like y'all go watch my state of the dress video if you guys can. For what I did in early August. I kind of explained the history of this channel and everything like that and what I was going through at the time. And I try to be transparent and honest with you guys. But anyway, the WNBA needs to realize something. The reason why the NBA makes money and pays these players this, the reason why the NFL does, the reason why MLB does, is because of TV revenue, TV ads. Advertisers, the big advertisers may go over here, but they're not gonna the time slots how much it costs varies because of how many people actually watch. In return, that's how the networks make their money. That's how the advertisers make their money. And that's how the players make their money. Now, has the WNBA improved drastically? This light is very bright. Has the WNBA improved drastically as far as how they're getting their viewers out there? Yes, because it was a long time. I was like, dude, how the fuck do I watch WNBA games? Right. And I know they were on ESPN, but they didn't really promote them. They're not promoting them, right? They're trying to push it, trying to push it. And they got their expansion teams and everything like that, but they still lose $46 million. You're not going to make a lot of money losing that much money. And if you didn't have the NBA's backing, you guys would have been out of business a long ass time ago. That's just a fact. Let's call a spade a spade. You want to know why the NFL can pay Patrick Mahomes $500 million? It's because the NFL makes billions of dollars and then they disperse that amongst 32 teams. Hence why you have a salary cap. Hence why you have a credit. Hello? Just like if you look at the salary of NHL players, we're talking about men. NHL is considered a major four. They don't make nowhere near the fucking money that the other three make. Their players don't make as nearly as much money. So a player getting a $10 million contract, I'm starting to learn this because I'm becoming a hockey fan. And that's another thing we're going to record in. And that's going to be a live journey. Is I am a first-time hockey fan. This is my first year watching NHL hockey, and I'm very excited for that. And I'm starting to learn paying a player $10 million in total, not $10 million a year, $10 million in total is a big fucking deal to hockey fans. It's a big fucking deal. The top hockey players don't make what the lowest NFL player make. As far as like most of the hockey players don't even make what a lower NFL player makes. And they're considered a major four. And hello, those are men. This is not about gender. This is about making money. And your basketball has not been marketable up until Caitlin Clark got here. And I'm going to tell you something. This shit was going to happen with the WNBA regardless. I feel like my light is getting worse as it got darker. It's like everything is just shining on me. Now I'm going to see if I can turn that lamp off. That might help out a little bit with my lighting. Okay. So, son of a biscuit. All right. So, my thing is like they don't even make they don't even have 10-year contracts in the NHL no more, Nick. I think the most they can go up to now is 7 years because their new CBA is like it used to be 8 and then they went down to 7 years. So it's like they don't make a lot of money compared to the other guys. Like, yeah, they make way more than me, but they don't make a lot of money compared to the other three. And for the WNBA, this was always going to happen, right? Because if it wasn't Caitlin Clark, if it wasn't going to be, let me rephrase that. This was always going to happen until January 26, 2020. And if you guys know your sports history, you know what day I'm talking about. And you know what event I'm talking about. Because Gigi was going to be that. Everybody was ready for Gigi to go into the WNBA. And I'm going to tell you something. Gigi would have been only 3 years away from being in the WNBA. This was always going to happen. There was always going to be a star to build around. Caitlin Clark got there first. But let's be honest. Caitlin Clark, everybody started paying attention to Caitlin Clark after the LSU shit with Angel Reese. Angel Reese got every right to say what the fuck she's saying because it's true. Whether people want to admit it or not, it's true. I hope y'all don't hear that dog barking in the background. But it's true. It's true. And Caitlin Clark has taken this to a whole nother stratosphere with her play. Because I'm gonna tell you, they can market anybody as much as they want to, but if you can't show the casuals that you can play, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. Now the hardcore ones or the people that pay attention a little bit more can start to break down intricals and break down details and stuff like that. But you got to draw in the casuals to get this type of popularity. And I think the WNBA is on their way to making some money. Now they need to stick to these 2 expansions, and then that's it. They don't need to expand no more. Excuse me. They don't need to expand no more at all. They got the Cleveland team coming in. I think it's Detroit. I think those are the two teams. Keep it as such. If you're gonna spend some more, they need to put a team in Houston. I would love to see the Houston team come back. They were dominant when the WNBA first started. I think they won their first 4 championships, or 4 out of 5 or something like that. Their first 4 out of 5. So I would love to see a Houston team come back. I'm glad the Detroit team come back. I'm glad Cleveland's getting a team because I think Cleveland's gonna show out. We support our teams 110% all the way. They supported the Gladiators. They supported the MLS, not the MLS team. We had an indoor soccer team. They supported them. We know we support our major 3 teams. So I'm glad that we're getting a team. I think we're going to support them well. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on the WNBA. I don't really have thoughts on the Fever, but those are my thoughts on the WNBA. Do I think the WNBA is going to have ways and find ways to essentially like find a way to make more money without cutting cost or cutting as much cost? Yes. Do they need some better TV deals? Yes. Do I want to see the WNBA grow? Absolutely. I'm not denying that at all. But, and I was going to do a video on this, I just never did. But the fact that there was starting to be some positivity towards the WNBA as a whole. And then Caitlin Clark decided to have those women wear those pay us what you owe us. That fucked y'all up. It was not time for y'all to wear those shirts. If y'all would have kept on this trajectory and kept on this, then yeah, you could have did that within 3 years. You could have did that 3 years later. But the fact that y'all did that now, when y'all started to get some popularity, y'all started to get some positive notoriety and stuff like that, it tanked y'all. Publicly, it tanked them. It was a PR nightmare. And it's not a sexist thing that they try to make it out to be. It's not a gender thing like they make it out to be. It's these are the financial facts. You guys are losing the WNBA $40 million. $40 million. Give me a business. I want y'all to give me a business that after they do all their finances, if they came up with a minus $40 million in the red consistently for 10 plus years, would that business be alive today? I want somebody to tell me. I promise you, I will tell you a bold-faced fucking lie. Now I want to be clear, without financial backing, because the WNBA has financial backing by the NBA. That's why I said it cost the NBA $40 million. So they $40 million in the hole, and the NBA comes in and covers that cost. What business would survive off of that? Even the world's big, your Wells Fargo's, your JG Wentworths, your BPs, your Shells, they wouldn't survive. AEW, come on, Nick. That's different. Because guess who? That has financial backing by Shad Khan. Shad Khan has endless money. Shad Khan has endless. You want to know where Shad Khan gets most of his fucking money? You know how you got your headlight covers? He owns the patent to majority of those. Bingo. That's his money. That's his money right there. So he has endless money streaming into his bank account. So I know, Nick, but hey, AEW has survived off of daddy's backing because they don't have to worry about Tony Khan, AEW. They don't have to worry about making money. They really don't. They never had to worry about making money as long as Shad Khan keeps giving the inheritance, wanted his son to enjoy his heritage money while he's living. They don't have nothing to worry about. Now, if Shad Khan was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing this shit no more," they might have some problems, and even then, they might be okay because Tony Khan is kind of rich as well. But yeah, I think because shit, didn't they lose like $20-something million a year? They can't make money. They're not making money, but they don't care. They don't care, and they've gotten smaller. You know, they're kind of doing okay, I guess. You know, I know their viewerships are consistent now. You know, they range between 611 and 700,000 people now. So I mean, you know, they got their core audience. they got their core audience. So there's that. So I like I said, I just don't think there's no business. There's no business out there that would have survived that long without financial backing, without a massive bailout. So that's my thoughts on the WNBA. Like they had a chance to they like I said, they had a chance to you know, get some positive feedback. They was getting positive feedback. But between sending out cease and desist letters to certain creators because they didn't like the content they were creating for it. Shout out to Soy Sports, the dude that be like Smash. I love those videos. But they sent out him a cease and desist, and he was gaining popularity off of that. And the WNBA was gaining positive popularity off of that. And it's like every single time they do something good, there's a player or somebody doing something fucking stupid that tanks their PR, that tanks their positivity. And they're in this stage of growth. So everything that they do is under a microscope. And they can do 6 positive things, but that one positive thing is going to bring them back down because you're still trying to convince people that your product is legit, that your product should be in the same conversations as the NBA, as your players should be in the conversations of your Currys, your LeBrons, your Durants, your Bookers, your Julie your Brunsons. Your Lucas. That's who you're trying to convince or trying to sell that, hey, our women are just as good as our stars, and our WNBA stars are just as good as our NBA stars. That's what they're trying to do. And there are people that are like, fuck no. There are people that are stubborn about it. There are people that are open-minded to it. And what happens is when you do shit like that, now the open-minded people are saying, man, fuck that. They want equal pay. They need to generate equal income. Exactly. And they don't. And it's not even generating income per se, Nick. It's generating positive net income. Okay. They don't generate, like, they generate the income, right? But like after paying everything, after all things are said and done, their net is negative $40 million. It's just like TKO last year, right? TKO last year made like $3.5 billion between both WWE and UFC. Their net profit was $3 million because they have to pay all these deals. They're still paying the WWE deal. They're still paying the UFC deal. All these deals that they still have to pay. The employees that they have to pay. All the things that goes into running the company. They only had a $3 million profit. That's why WrestleMania tickets are so damn high. Because they trying to make that shit back one way or the other. That's why they doing this shit with ESPN. That's why they doing this shit with Paramount on the UFC side. We've seen the deals. We've seen the deals. So, yeah, there's that. So, it's not even the income. I make a good income. But if I have more things to owe than my income, that puts my net income in the negatives. If I'm behind on my bills, no, man, I can make $45 an hour. But if I owe, I can make $80,000 a year, right? But if I owe $84,000, what the fucking matter that I made $80,000? Because I ain't see shit of it. WNBA, same thing. They generate all this money, but they ain't seen shit of it because they owe everything, and they really don't generate enough money to account what they owe. They don't. So they can generate equal income. They can make the same amount of money as the NBA players, right? But there's something going on that they are still in massive debt for. Still are. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't. And I know they're supposed to be making more money with a new TV deal coming in. And that's why the WNBA is like, hey, you need to pay us more. But again, And I get it to a sense, because if they supposed to be making more money, they, from a player's point of view, why am I only getting 10% of the profit sharing or whatever it may be? But I can also see it from the WNBA's point of view in the sense of, we lose $40 million a year. We have to gain some positivity first before we can give y'all more of the share. I'm gonna tell you something, the 50-50 share thing, you see how that's fucking up the NBA. And in order to have some control in your league, you need to have the owners have majority say. That's just the honest truth. I wish Batista came back too. You give me 2005 Batista in 2025, yeah, it'll cook. It'll cook like crazy. So this has been going on for an hour and a half. I do want to say thank you all for watching. Again, the subscribers, I want to thank you all. 57 the last time I checked, so that's phenomenal. Like I said, I didn't even think I was gonna get to 50 until the end of September. So the fact that we're at 57, let's get this channel to keep growing. Thank you guys so much. Next time you see me, all of this gone. Get my hair cut on Friday. I can't wait. So just thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing, being patient, being kind. All the criticisms, all the feedback, both positive and negative, it has been respectful. I will admit that has somebody disagreeing with me, don't phase me. You know what I'm saying? So I as long as it's not over the top and personal and offensive, I don't care. I don't, and my friends know I don't get offended easily. I get offended to shit wrestling and shit sports, but funny enough, a Browns fan. But it's been nothing but positive. Even the things I've been sharing in different forums, people have been giving me very, very positive feedback. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribe. Please share this video. Please get these please like this video, comment anything to everybody commenting. Nick, Wicked, Christian, Juan even had a comment in there. Thank you guys so much. It's so appreciative. You guys don't understand how much I appreciate you guys. Until next time, this is Tyrell from the Nosebleeds, signing off.